Welcome to the East Coast Hunt, Fish, Hike podcast. I'm Pat Carroll, hunter, fisherman, and general outdoor enthusiast. Join me and my brother Mike as we share tactics, recount stories, and plan our upcoming outdoor adventures. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the East Coast Hunt, Fish, Hike podcast. We're back at it again with another season of the podcast, and super excited to bring more content your way. As I'm sure you already know, I'm Pat Carroll, a devoted hunter and fisherman, and I'm joined by my ever-present co-host and brother, Mike Carroll.
Yep, Mike Carroll here, joining you actually from Lake Kiwi down here in South Carolina. But for listeners of the podcast, you might remember that I'm normally coming to your airwaves from outside of Atlanta, Georgia. As you might recall from season one, Pat and I are two brothers raised in the Merrimack Valley in Massachusetts, coming together to talk about the great outdoors. And we can't wait to jump into season two with you all.
So today I just wanted to give you guys a little introduction as we move into season 2 of the podcast. Mike and I have been busy throughout the summer prepping for hunting season, hitting the lakes and streams, and just generally getting outside. But we wanted to share a bit of what we've been up to, and show the vision of what we're hoping to bring to you guys during season 2. So in the first season, you learned a lot about our hunting and fishing strategy with lots of stories about our trials and tribulations and all that good stuff along the way. Like some examples of this are Mike's unexpected swim in the Chattahoochee or my 5-hour deer drag. Those are just a couple stories that come to mind. And don't worry, we still have plenty of those types of stories to be coming your way, along with the tactics that go with them. But as Mike has now entered the fold as an adult onset hunter, we're hoping to bring a bit more of that content your way as well. A little bit more of that hunt planning, gear setup, general thoughts of somebody who's entering the field on a hunt for the first time. I know I'm personally very excited to start talking about some of that stuff. And Mike, I don't know about you, but that is certainly something that I'm excited to bring to our listeners this year as well.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the case. As Pat's alluding to, one of my highlights from this past year, both for the podcast and also where I'm at currently with my outdoor endeavors, was getting my hunting license. So I do indeed now have my hunting license. That was a big push that Pat was trying to, that Pat was really initiating, but I'm really excited about. So much of this was kind of going along with Pat's excitement, but I'm really geared up for it, and I'm excited to see what it is that's going to follow from there. So part of what that will mean is that in addition to our recaps of kayaking and fishing and hiking and some of those hunting stories. You'll also be listening along as Pat and I plan and hopefully execute a brothers hunting trip over the course of this next season. So get excited to hear more about that in future episodes.
Okay, so moving into this season on the pod, we already covered all the new and exciting things Mike will be learning as he heads off into the woods. In addition to that, Mike and I are always make some time to get out and do some fishing over the summer. I know for me personally, I always have a trip up to the beaches in York, as well as some camping trips up into New Hampshire. And, that always brings the opportunity to get the line in the water, whether it's, fishing off the rocks behind the beach house, trying to catch one of those evasive stripers, or, potentially hitting some of those smaller streams up in New Hampshire while I take the kiddos hiking to try and catch some of those, 5 or 6 inch trouts. Those are the type of things that I generally have the opportunity to do as we move into the summer, and certainly something that I'm excited to bring to you guys as well. I know for sure we'll be sharing more content on those adventures, and also I guess some of the trials and tribulations that I'm sure go along with it as well.
Yeah, and in fact, actually, today I went on a guided fishing trip on Lake Hartwell with some of my family. So don't worry, we're still going to have a lot of those stories, just like we did last season. We were out there at getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to be able to get out there nice and not so bright and early to be able to catch a whole boatload of fish. So stories like that are going to be what we're getting into in season 2. So don't worry if you're tuning back into season 2 for some of those stories, those recaps. You'll still be able to do that for this upcoming season as well.
Well, I know personally I'm excited to hear about that boatload of fish as well because I haven't heard anything about that yet. So that's certainly something
Well, it was
exciting
just
for
today,
me.
Pat. It
Well,
was
that's
just
true.
today.
That is true. Also, remember, if you think of a cool topic or something you think would make a good podcast episode, let us know. Send us along a comment, a DM, an email. All those things will reach us. And, you really can never have too many quality podcast ideas. So just share them along, and we'll definitely take those under advisement as we build out our content and whatever episodes we have coming next.
That's right. So, like last season, each episode will give you all some updates about our recent outdoor adventures before swapping stories, asking questions, and sharing tactics. But we've also got some new segments, updates, stories, and engagement for you all to hear. So, get ready for a lot of fun coming your way with this upcoming season. And if you found your way to our show, you probably love these types of adventures too. So hopefully we can build a community of adventurers just like ourselves along the way. So on that note, the first episode of season 2 will drop on August 31st. So make sure to follow us on Instagram at ec_huntfishhike_pod and subscribe to the podcast to make sure that you don't miss a thing.
Well, I think that covers it for now. I'm so excited to kick things off, and I know we have plenty of good stories that I think you all are going to enjoy. But on that note, I think we're going to call this one. So until next time, get outside, have some fun out there. Thanks for listening to the East Coast Hunt, Fish, Hike podcast. If you have questions, comments, or have an idea for an episode, feel free to follow us and reach out over social media. Don't forget to rate, review, or tell your friends about the podcast. And until you hear from us again, get outside, have some fun out there.